Martin Luther King Jr. He was a civil rights activist. He was born in Atlanta, Georgia, United States on January 15, 1929. His father's name was Martin Luther King Sr. and mother's name was Alberta Williams King. His father was a pastor. His mother was an accomplished organist and choir leader. He had 2 siblings. He went to Booker Taliaferro Washington High School. He started his college education at Morehouse College at the young age of 15. After getting his degree in sociology from Morehouse, Martin got a divinity degree from Crozer Seminary and then got his doctor's degree in theology from Boston University. On June 18, 1953, King married Coretta Scott, who was an accomplished singer, author, and a civil rights activist at the age of 24. The couple had 4 children. In 1954, Martin Luther King Jr. joined the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama as pastor. Later, he became a member of the executive committee of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People and began to work for their rights. In his first major civil rights action, he led the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955-56. Martin was arrested and his house was bombed. Martin prevailed and segregation on the Montgomery buses came to an end. Next, in 1957, Southern Christian Leadership Conference was established and King was elected its president, a position he held until his death. On May 17, 1957, Southern Christian Leadership Conference organized a large nonviolent demonstration, which they called Prayer Pilgrimage for Freedom. The meeting was held at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. In his first national speech, titled, "Give Us the Ballot," King called for voting rights for blacks. In 1959, King traveled to India, where he visited Mahatma Gandhi's place. The trip had a huge impact on him, and he became more committed to nonviolence. In February 1960, a group of African American students began a nonviolent sit-in movement in Greensboro, North Carolina. The movement quickly spread to several other cities. By August, they were able to abolish segregation at lunch counters in 27 cities. When King refused to move out of the white area, he, along with 36 others, was arrested but soon released. He again violated probation on traffic conviction and was rearrested. This time, too, he was let off quickly. King returned to Albany in July 1962 and was rearrested. This time, too, he refused bail, but the police chief discreetly arranged it, and he was forcefully released. On April 3, 1963, the SCLC began another nonviolent campaign against racial segregation as well as economic injustice in Birmingham, Alabama. On April 12, King was arrested and put in Birmingham jail, where he had to put up with an unusually harsh condition. Here he wrote an open letter from jail. In it, he mentioned "Why We Cannot Wait," that became famous as "Letter from Birmingham City Jail." Then he helped to organize the famous March on Washington. Over 250,000 people attended this march in an effort to show the importance of civil rights legislation. Some of the issues the march hoped to accomplish included an end to segregation in public schools, protection from police abuse, and to get laws passed that would prevent discrimination in employment. This time Martin gave his "I Have a Dream" speech. This speech has become one of the most famous speeches in history. The March on Washington was a great success. The Civil Rights Act was passed a year later in 1964. On March 29, 1968, he traveled to Memphis, Tennessee, in support of the strike held by the Black Sanitary Public Works employees. His last speech, "I've Been to the Mountaintop," was made on April 3 at Memphis. On April 4, 1968, while standing in a motel's balcony, he was shot by a white fanatic at 6:01 p.m. He was immediately taken to St. Joseph's Hospital, where he underwent an emergency surgery but died 7:05 p.m. He was only 39 years old then. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that, said Martin Luther King Jr.